everybody. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is Travis, and welcome to the week of frustration. Hopefully it means it's frustration for everybody else instead of me, because what we're doing is we're taking a different deck each day. We're taking one of the decks that people hate to play against. For some people, they absolutely refuse to play a mill deck. Somebody puts down a Rune Crab and they scoop immediately. Other people hate discard. Other people complain a lot about removal. So this deck is called Pure Removal. And just like everything in Magic, nothing is 100%. If you have a pure counterspell deck, you still got other stuff in there for when they get things on the battlefield. So we do have some creatures in here. We've got 35 creatures total. We've got 2 planeswalkers, 77 lands, because, including the sideboard, we have 250 cards just about in this deck. So I'm not going to go through all of them and everything. But I will say that we've got the big removals like Blood on the Snow. We've got some of the newer Kaldheim ones like Tergrid's Shadow, 4 copies of that. We've got the duplicate double lands where you can play it as a land or play it as a discard. We've got 4 copies of Feed the Swarm. We've got a couple of things like Stonequill Serpent, Shadow Sphere, things like that. The 1-drops, we got 4 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. We got 4 copies of Deadweight. So you get the idea. We've taken mono black and we've taken just about every kind of destruction and removal card that we can get our hands on and still fit it into a 250 card deck. Okay, so we're going to take this out for a spin. We're going to see exactly how frustrating we can make things for people tonight as we kick off the week of frustration. If you like our style, hit the like button. Here we go. People still might think that I'm going cheap on the lands. I have a tendency to do that. But I have more than 77 lands. I do have a bunch of the dual modal lands. So I'll try and hold on to them and use them as spells if I can. But I am willing to use them as just lands. Couple of contenders right there. Ye old life gain decks. Okay, send your speaker on over. Have him try and convert me. There you go. Alright. We don't need to use you for land. Let's get rid of... let's get rid of Heliod. Okay, this works out great for my land, because I'll have 4 for Crippling Fear next turn. And he might not have removal yet, so let's see if we can stall things for a turn. Perfect. Excellent. Also excellent. You might be having trouble with land. I wish I did have another land ready now. I could just use that. But you know what? We'll just do this. My giant shall stay unaffected. Everybody else goes away. Ta-da! Now that was a well-timed piece of removal. Let's see what else we can make and get rid of. He's got to feel bad having a 60-card deck, and he's the one that's having the land problems instead of me, after seeing how many cards I've got. At last, he gets some land. Fortunately, there's no mana for you to bring anything else down. And that means your chance to do anything is gone. Finally got rid of all that pesky life gain stuff he had. Cosmos Elixir. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain. That'll lengthen this a tiny bit. It's okay. Let's see. Number of cards in my graveyard is 4. So that works. Unless you have another Cosmos Elixir handy, things are pretty much done already. Kind of surprised he's staying in it. Let me take my turn, please. It's not your turn. These people are so rude. Thank you. Okay, for that, we're not even going to suffer that guy to remain. He's gone. Oh yes, by all means start roping now. Very tough decision there, wasn't it? Ta-da! Pure removal. Strikes. First strike is ours. Okay, we're keeping this because we've got some dual modes, and we're going to go ahead and use them. Alright, let's go on a tour of my library, shall we? If my opponent will let me. You're holding up priority with Shadow Sphere. There we go. Okay, I could get a swamp or a swamp or a swamp. Ooh, I could get some of these. Let's confuse them. I do have slight dashes of other stuff in here. Okay, priority with Shadow Sphere. You've got to pass. Three specialty lands already. Well, isn't that interesting? He's almost at the point where he can use that, so let's get rid of it. You don't need a dragon coming around here. Alright, we get another basic land. We have 2 swamps already, so we'll go ahead and go get the few other splashes of land that we have. And that's a powerful card to use. Just a tiny little creature. Think that might be overkill? Maybe? We'll just attack. This could be a land, but if we save up our mana, we could actually use it. Everything else we can afford to cast right now. And we can even save Vampire Opportunist if we want to. And that puts a clock on us, unless we can get one of our 4 enchantments, or one of our 4 sorceries that destroys enchantments out. I wonder if this is going to be a shrine deck. Shrine decks are tough on us. A bunch of enchantments. Pure Black has a problem with enchantments. As you can see, there's not a whole lot left for us to do there. So, let's go see what else we have. More land? We will take the more land. Unless he gets out more shrines. Time is still on my side a little bit. Aha! It is a shrine deck. Time is no longer on my side, actually. He has a couple of things already in hand. That's going to give him massive card draw. So I need to pick things up as fast as I can. I'm not sure if I can. With 3 shrines already in the Sanctum, he can outpace the damage I can deal to him. I can't get rid of any of his Krakens. But he can get rid of me. I maybe should have waited to have a spare mana to save him. Alright. Let's get rid of whatever you got. More shrines. All he was going to use those for is to hurl at my creatures to kill them. Now he can just use the Sanctum to keep drawing a whole bunch of cards. And use the Stone Fangs to keep draining my health. And he can discard all of his duplicate shrines because they're all legendary, so having extra ones of those don't do him any good. Got the 4th shrine already. He must have 4 copies of everything in there. And so, is this a coincidence? Is this really a coincidence? We're gonna go get the last other splash of color, because that would help me remove 1 enchantment. If I get the right card. And we'll just get rid of you now. Do you have a counterspell? I need to get out a creature that's survivable that can deal more than 4 points of damage per turn. It's not looking good right now. It's not what most of my deck is. So we put out a mono black deck basically that's full of creature removal, and they give me a deck, put me up against a deck that's all enchantments, which black has a terrible time against. Do you think they want me to lose this round? And he's just getting every shrine that he needs. Everyone but the big one already. So removing the creatures isn't a problem, but I'm still going to die really quickly here. I'm mostly keeping this in because we don't go up against shrine decks that often. I'm the one that actually usually plays the shrine deck when I'm playing my ranked battles. So you can see how all these legendary shrines work off of each other when they're all in play. Unfortunately, this is being used against me. I'm not used to being on this side of things. But each one of these benefits all increases by 1 for every additional shrine that comes down. So Stone Fangs costs 1 life if it's only the Stone Fangs that's down. As soon as it gets the 2nd shrine down, he gains 2 life and I lose 2 life. Okay, destroy creature with mana value 2 or less. Actually, hang on. We're going to cycle that. Let's go destroy this guy again. Use the same spell. And let's just cycle this and see if we can get something to get rid of Stone Fangs. No good. We do have answers in the deck, but it's kind of hard to get that many answers when you've got more than 200 cards to sort through. It's fun to watch those pop off in quick succession. But it doesn't matter because we've got answers for all of them. Most of these are probably other shrines. Any day now. Any day now. Oh, it's your turn. You don't need to rope anymore. Oh my goodness. I'm losing years of my life watching blue and white rope go by every night. I can't believe out of all this card draw, and half of his deck's gone through, and he still hasn't gotten the primary shrine. It's unusual. Down to 3 life. Got tons of cards in his hand. There it is. That's usually the one you want to get down first, but when you're going against all black, you're kind of safe. Not a bad shrine deck overall. I'd like to match mine against it. I would probably do better. He tapped out trying to do stuff against me. Alright. That is it. We're done. There wasn't really a chance for us against that. Our deck is based on removing creatures, so they gave us a deck with nothing but some occasional token creatures, and that was it. Okay, Magic, you had your fun with me. Can we get back to the regularly scheduled programming now, please? Dr. Kill 'em All. Maybe that should be the name of my deck. That is kind of what I want to do. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what they got now. If my computer will work with me tonight and actually play the cards for me. Okay, I don't have to worry about removal. But we will get rid of your Planeswalker.
The sun has befuddled my brain.
I don't think I need to worry about Menace, but I do need a little bit of life gain. A little bit of life gain with this kind of deck is very valuable. Most of my creatures have some removal aspect to them, so for example Death Touch on Grim Dancer. And let's just stop all the extra counter gains now. Taking the point of damage. Why do you want to keep him around? You get a 2/2 Knight creature token. Ah, that's why. That might come in handy later, but we're going to try and see how well we can do with what we got already. I want to actually save my Freaka spawn for the graveyard, and he's the same mana value, the even mana value as both the lieutenants. So I don't want to cast this yet. I'd rather have them attack and lose my Freaka spawn to the graveyard, and then exile everybody else. Unusual for him to have both of those so far up front. Tpull. Down to 9. Alright, let's get rid of the evens now. That way I don't have to worry about their Vigilant Knight creature tokens. And we'll go get a little bit of our life back. Excellent. This means if I get into a fight, I should be able to handle at least a 7/7 creature that comes on board. And he's got just enough mana to bring somebody like that out. So all I need is one good creature, and I rely on the rest of my removal cards, of which there are many, to keep the rest of the field clear. And if they do get rid of them, then I've got enough cards in my graveyard to bring back Freaka Spawn as soon as I get 6 land. I don't have to worry about a Snakeskin Veil because he's all tapped out. Ah, but he has an unsummon. Okay. You may have your unsummon. I will take 3 more points of damage and 3 more points of life. Draw for smaller creatures, so none of that's going to help me right now. And now he gets card draw advantage. Nice. Okay, so let's do this. If he doesn't use both cards now, I'll get one, maybe? No, never mind. That's a land. Actually, maybe I can cycle that. Let me not do that. We'll pass. We'll use this one to kill the Conclave Mentor next turn. Then we'll try and cycle for either more land to get Ugin or a bigger removal spell to handle this guy. He doesn't attack. Interesting. Okay, we don't need to worry about them holding on to cards. Get rid of that guy now. And recycle. Got lifelink and double strike. Alright. Yeah, let's just do this. You can copy that spell if you want, buddy. That way, if I bring down Ugin, I don't need to exile for 5. I can just exile for 3. Get rid of everything.
consequences of your freedom. Return to the essence of the multiverse. I will destroy if I must.
Usually people scoop right around now. Most people don't want to let Ugin get back up to the 10 tokens, the 10 loyalty counters.
Consider this a warning.
I picked a really good time to flood out on land. I can afford to do it for a change.
Beyond perception. I have greater matters to attend to.
He had a answer for the Planeswalker already there, didn't he? This is why I have the Splash of Red in my deck.
Oh, trickery is just a hobby. Chaos is my career. Make
Let's
no
go get a
mistake,
Plains.
I'm
Can I play
not
2 lands? No?
nice.
We have killed Dr. Kill-em-all. I noticed the hooded avatar seems to be very popular these days. And the dragon sleeves. One of the few creatures I have in the deck, really. Since I have so much removal, if I can remove a creature, why not benefit from it? And let's go ahead and take a look at what else he's got up in here. Dogged Spirit, Shadow Stinger, Unsummon. Let's get rid of Dogged Spirit because Mono Black has trouble with enchantments. Okay, mana value 3 or more. I want to get rid of that one. Might not do us any good because he can just unsummon Coldblade. We'll have to start all over. Is this going to be a rope mill deck? This might be fun. You got 222 more cards to go. And we can't block him because he could tap one of these and give himself Death Touch. There goes some great cards that I wanted, though. Alright, he's all tapped out, so we can get rid of somebody. Let's get rid of that guy. I was waiting for that. Sonar Spy. Yes, hit me with the Rune Crab. Very good. Alright. Let's do... You can get exiled. You can come on down. And do we want to waste it on you? Or do we just want to do this? I think we just want to do that for now. Ooh. Okay, how about we go... You cannot discard cards, so I could get to draw 2. I was hoping for 1 land. Let him through. Let's see. Equal to the mana value. Let's get rid of that one. That puppy down. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. You can come down. You can come down. Don't you have any non-basic lands I can destroy? Interesting. He does not want to do anything, does he? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So one of the reasons people find removal to be so frustrating is because people started using more and more of it. But you know what? Magic Wizards of the Coast didn't really leave people a lot of choice. They stopped making just regular creatures that were 1/1 creatures or 2/2 creatures, and that was it. They always had to give them some special ability. So you're not just playing creatures, you're playing creatures that are spells too. And so people started getting top heavy on the removal. And a lot of people are just tired because every time they put down a creature, they lose it. And that was actually the point of this deck, is to have so much removal in there that no matter what they put down, we'd be able to deal with it. As opposed to just a regular deck where you're trying to find the right balance between what you want to do and enough removal to help you survive. But that, I think, is a good demonstration of the deck. There's too many cards to go through all of them, and we'd be here forever playing to try and show you all the removal spells we have. But, you know, I think we got the point across. So, welcome to the Week of Frustration. This was removal. Some people hate it. I kind of like the deck. I have fun with it. Come back tomorrow. I'm going to have a new deck, because there's always a new deck around the corner. Have a good one.